Good Christmas morning wherever you are in the world, unless of course you're in like America or Canada where it's not Christmas morning, it's Christmas Eve because Australia lives in Futureland apparently. I'm going to cut straight to the chase. I don't really do Christmas. It's just not my thing. I've had so much going on in my life for my entirety of my life. It's one of those things that I basically now avoid, and I'm able to do that because of my current situation. But a lot of people can't do that. And what I wanted to just briefly mention today is that Christmas isn't a happy time for a number of people, and we need to do a little bit of extra care to help look out for those who are close and dear to us. For any number of reasons, this time of year can bring up some really spicy emotions for people, including anxiety and depression. And I could give you any number of reasons and things that you could do to help mitigate some of those things, but I thought I'd make it even simpler than that. It's an unfortunate fact that this time of year, things such as suicides and self-harms go through the roof comparative to the rest of the year. And from what I understand of my own personal experiences and what I've learned from my own counseling sessions, this is usually due to a feeling of complete isolation. You see, if you're someone who's going through something like domestic violence, suddenly you've got that perpetrator locked in with you 100% of the time. There's no respite. If you have a broken family, suddenly you don't have anyone to go and hang out with. And things like all your friends and support networks get isolated in their own group bubbles, and some go away for extended periods of time. And so, in turn, basically what happens is the people who are already vulnerable end up in a position where the minimal support network that they may have or the minimal respite that they have gets removed. And when you're isolated and you're hurting, that's when it becomes dangerous, because depression is a sneaky bugger. It'll come when it's quiet. It'll come when there aren't any distractions around. And that's when it takes people from us. An easy thing we can do this Christmas, this New Year's, this holiday season is if you know of a family member or a friend who is in that situation, is struggling with depression, struggling with anxiety, struggling with PTSD or any other type of mental illness or injury, they are probably in a position where reaching out to you is a monumental task that may not be achievable for them. You have to understand that if these people are at the point where they are willing to take their own lives because of the amount of suffering and pain that they're in, it's going to be very difficult for them to pick up the phone and give you a call and ask for help. Therefore, the responsibility lays with us to check on our mates, to check on our family members. We're not setting out to fix them. Only those people who are going through that level of pain and anguish, unfortunately, they're the ones that have to carry the burden of fixing them. What they need is some support. That means something as simple as, hey, I've got a roast, I'm going to bring some roast around to you, and then do it. There's no pressure on them to respond, to reciprocate, to do anything. You can call them up and be like, hey, we're having a family get together. I've got an extra seat at the table. I want you to come round. And then go pick them up, because they will make every excuse under the sun not to go, to stay in that isolation. You've got to remember, it's incredibly taxing to go into any sort of social situation, yet alone something as heavy as Christmas. And when you get them there, you're not trying to fix them. You don't need them to talk to you about the crap that's going on. That's the last thing they want. Just treat them normally. Hey bro, here's some roast. Here's some trifle. I got you a little present. Thank you for being my mate. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to doing some things with you in the near future. What are you doing tomorrow in the Boxing Day sales? Do you want to go out shopping? Would you like to come with us to our picnic that we're having? We're all going to the creek. Let me grab you a pan and a sluice and I'll take you out prospecting. That sense of community and backing the pressure off for them, taking some of that responsibility on yourself to give them an opportunity to experience not only possibly food if they're not eating correctly, but having an opportunity to communicate and be part of a community is the difference between life and death sometimes. And I think it's just something we can do that's very simple and very basic that may save some lives over this holiday period. And full disclaimer, this advice won't work for everyone. This is generalized advice that I'm giving based off my own personal experiences of when I was in the shit. So just take it with a grain of salt that what I'm saying here comes with a lot of scope. There's a lot of gray area and there's a lot of nuance to it. And the solutions that I've offered today may not be a correct fit for your friend, but it's worth engaging that conversation and then following it wherever it takes you. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching Vo-Gus Prospecting. It has been a massive year. It has been a massive season of gold prospecting. The amount of stuff that I've managed to achieve both in my gold prospecting world, but also on my channel is not possible without all of the support that I've got from my followers, from my friends, from my family. And there's nothing I can say that will hammer home how thankful I am to have such support behind me. Because without you guys, Vo-Gus Prospecting would not be what it is today. And on that note, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a great and fantastic Christmas with your family and friends. And until the next video, I will see you either out in the creek or on your screen, hopefully wasting some company time somewhere.